Oh, okay. Just in case you got to switch, you want to have it ready mid-game, you know? We got the fist bump in, and we are going to Battlefield for game 1.
Again, where else would we start? It's New York City here, getting things off in a classic fashion. No Sheik to start things off. Zelda started to start things off, and this is what you were talking about early on,
Yeah.
AG. Just
Exactly what I wanted to see.
Platforms and some decent needles to topple them up, and then just take Nana all the way to the bank.
Right, because that's exactly, you need to get past that kind of early percent where you're going to get like, you know, really beat up from a crouch cancel or something. And then look at that. Now every little opening is so good for Sheik. You do have to watch out for the grabs here, but, well, I was going to say, normally really good spacing. I'm surprised that crouch cancel worked into getting the grab, but
yeah, you found the jab afterwards, right? Just dropped it a little bit, but then set up this at 50-50 perfectly. The dash back to avoid the needles there, and all of a sudden, you know, we're really seeing Trif do a great job here early on of, even with the Sopra, right? It was one stop, one interaction. He literally lost Nana entirely. She played no factor, but he's still the one to come away with the first stock, and maybe even more.
Well, it looks like it probably will just be the one, but that's the one thing that's like, that makes this matchup feel especially, you know, rough for Sheik, is like, you're like, oh, thank goodness, I finally got over that hurdle, I got Nana out of the equation, and it's like, oh, Sopo actually still very frustrating.
Yeah. That hammer just does a lot of work, right? And the tech chase, grab resets, plus just the active hitboxes you throw are so good at stuffing the way Sheiks like to get really tricky in your face with some fast frame data and some cheeky little hitboxes. Icelanders just shuts that all down, and you're seeing right now, like, it has to be the platform movement to try and set up a way to find a 50-50 into that down smash to separate these climbers for Poseidon to get anything started.
Yeah, the thing too is like we see a lot of the roll-ins from Trif, which you know, makes
disgusting.
Sense. That's crazy. That was a wild angle on that forward air.
Yeah, and you still keep it going. Like there is a wall of climbers, right? One on platform, the other on the ground. Is just such a dangerous these thing for a character like Sheik, who, despite having some great hitboxes to throw out, is locked into very linear routes of play.
Okay, but basically, like the point I was thinking of earlier, and it seems like it just kind of happened again, is ice climbers don't necessarily have a lot of things to do in neutral when they're stuck in shield, and we're seeing just a lot of like roll-ins that are getting punished by these weight down smashes from Poseidon, which is working really well because the needles also keep them at a distance where rolling is like pretty optimal. So.
That icicle desync, right, to find a way in, utilize the weak projectile to just prevent Sheik from occupying the ground against you. Now you've got Nana on platform, and this is a huge opportunity for Poseidon, but because of just the micro spacing, you're not able to capitalize, has to reset, and again, just getting caught going off platform. Ice climbers, we've talked about it time and time again, so good at trapping these landings.
Okay, Nana goes away, and that grab is really good for Poseidon, kind of too far to the left to really get anything going. Needles here should lead into a forward air. But nice use of, you know, all of that extra space, going down low and then recovering that way. Good stuff from Trif. Should be a forward air here, though. A little bit of a lead for Poseidon. Let's see if Trif can make something happen with both these climbers, though.
And Poseidon saw the grab from Trif a mile away and said, hey, you might like it, but my boost grab range is bigger than anything you've got cooking. And so was able to find the stock off of it. But for Trif, it's going to be integral to do exactly what we just saw. Find that stock without taking anything on this Nana. Now it's about utilizing Popo to maybe keep these climbers together. Take a couple of little extra hits with your main because you need that extra wiggle room to work with here.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a lot of room to wiggle. A great spacing on that. Should be able to make it back here, but both the climbers still getting beat up. Squall Hammer is pretty ambitious, and that one will do it. Oh, what a pickup.
Nana not opting to jump off there. The AI kind of working against you as a friend, right? Top 10 anime betrayals where she literally, like that wasn't even a, she runs off and dies or does something unhelpful. She literally just stood there and watched.
she just, so did the legend said, that's crazy.
It was like, that's crazy. We're going to lose this game and it's all my fault.
That couldn't be me.
Yeah. Remember, it is actually the computer who has no stake in the outcome of the game playing Nana. It's only you controlling Popo, really.
Ooh, a big forward tilt right there. Okay, really just set the trap and then still ate the cheese and like got hit with the down smash after the crouch cancel. Yeah. Another one too to stuff that approach.
I appreciate that we've seen so much complexity from Trif, yet the openings of the set really have been wave dash, down smash, crouch cancel, down smash, wave dash, dash, down smash.
Exactly. Okay, big forward air. I like that sort of going back to the main climber here. Back air's not going to do it, but does kind of lead into that forward tilt. And then Nana being preoccupied means belay's not an option. Good stock for Poseidon here. Oh, that was not great. I like the idea, but forward smash and down smash there kind of beat your jump to the ledge almost every time, so it's pretty brave. Not a lot of shield here. Gonna have to look for that crouch cancel, and kind of works out with the forward smash, but now getting beat up perfect percent to get those dash attacks.
And we didn't talk about it, AG, because this FD counter pick is actually so good for the climbers because Sheik doesn't get to run away to a platform and charge needles, force you to contest the space. You just get to trap and juggle her landings, but even still, right? Poseidon has been absolutely dominant with this lead.
What? Poseidon ran off and jumped right back to the ledge, which is exactly how Poseidon died last time. And it kind of, well, yeah, I think it's going to be how Poseidon does this time too. Makes it back somehow.
Hold on, AG. Still might run off and then go right back to ledge one more time. But instead, it's going to be an attempt from him to juggle. She does have some chops on the stage. Now going to go to the Zelda. Not only does this character have the recovery distance, she's pretty good against climbers.
Yes, she does have some interesting tools. Unfortunately, though, she does kind of just die at this percent, so you might get a hit, but it kind of worked out. Getting back to Sheik here.
Wow, the poof to ledge, getting the explosion. Just to throw that early hitbox. Great mix-up. Now the double forward air. That's going to be the stop, taking not one but both climbers down. 3 stocks to lead here on Final Destination. This stage is so easy for Sheik to play defense on, right? Like, it feels like if you get the lead on this stage, you're set as ice climbers.
Right.
But if you're behind, it can be so hard to make it back because Sheik just gets to go interaction for interaction with you.
Exactly. And the other thing, too, is like that Zelda switch ended up being like so amazing because it led to just a bigger lead, right? It's like 3 stocks to 1, essentially. So ice climbers didn't have that ability to like bring it back.
Wow, what a gutsy air dodge back in and gets the grab for the grab, trading them out in turn. Trip trying to give himself one last chance at holding on, evening the set up at 1-1. But remember, AG, it is top 4 now, so we are in best of 5 territory.
Okay, a big opportunity here. Get up attack, though, is going to knock him away. Wow, reverse hit back here. Actually gets beat out by the forward tilt. Good pickup, knowing that you don't want to fight the main climber right there, trying to just knock mana off. Okay. I love that spacing. Wave dash back down smash, picks up the stock. Anyone's game now. Just can't really get hit by anything. I like the light shield.
Ooh, pressure here just against these hammers is terrifying, but if you're Poseidon, you have such a huge percent lead, you don't care. You can literally run in to those aerials, and as long as you don't catch that single hit that off a forward air or something that's going to lead into a desync grab, you don't really care what's coming your way because nothing is going to kill you. You get extra interactions to work with, and now, you know, we're jumping into game 3, Poseidon up 2-0 and saying, I don't care what the matchup says on paper. I'm just the better player.
Yeah, yeah, and like we see it pretty much exactly play out as I kind of talked about before. You sit at a spot on the platform where you throw needles, and the climbers really can't do much except for roll in, and you just punish the roll in with the down smash. The problem is, once a climber gets in, especially with Soko like we're seeing right now, you kind of get stuck in a little bit of a chain grab, but it's still about even, and you probably feel better, way better in neutral here with the 1 climber as opposed to the 2.
Oh, finds a needle once, twice, and no third time needed, AG. The rinse repeat on the Sheik Classic, gonna take the stock, and it's just the defense game, right? It's getting to retreat to these high stadium platforms and just sit back, relax, and throw out a little bit of pressure that Ice Climbers has to commit very hard to deal with.
Ooh, that sneaks in the crouch cancel though, gets that down smash. Doesn't have the time to get the full coverage of the climbers, but does end up getting the grab for just a very little amount of percent, so good pickup right there. Poseidon coming right back down. What? That was so crazy. The aerial timing on that was so wild. Nana's out of the equation. The lay's not going to do it. It's going to be the forward air after forward air. And maybe a back air here eventually, but still not finding the sweet spot that we're looking for.
5 forward airs, 3 back airs now. Are we going to get a 4th one? No, it's going to be the forward air again. 6 and 3 AG. What a ratio of aerial.
And 100% hit rate. That's like all of them were well spaced in time. And I think we're just going to take a bit of a timeout here as we think about what led us to this spot in our lives. All the friends we made along the way, and of course the great moves to use off the ledge like needles right there. Smart. Oh my god.
Yeah, Triff just overcommitting a little too soon though, and giving Poseidon a chance at a huge opening. Poseidon though just dropped it a little bit. That was enough for a grab, but again, these two players just trading dropped advantage, stayed in the position on the transformation. After the fact though, it once again has just been what we've seen the whole set. Poseidon really just running over everyone he's faced in this tournament.
Kind of, yeah. It's pretty tough, but not over quite yet. We can get something here. I thought that would be a little tech chase down smash, but it's actually Poseidon somehow finding a reversal. Forward air not making the mark though. Hold on. Oh, no opportunity to punish there. This grab should do it. Oh, so many swings were missed. Poseidon picked all the right options. This should do it, though, for sure. Whoop.
No, not going to find it. Just only getting one of the hits needed, AG, and just barely, even on the low ceiling PS2, not going to be enough. The chain? And it worked?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
This is crazy. The thing is, too, it like hit Nana just the right amount of time, so it didn't work out. But you cannot get that throw, unfortunately. You're going to see the Zelda switch, see if it works out this time. Not necessarily, but does let you hold on to the stock a little bit more.
Yep. And even when you get a switch back to Sheik here, yes, you still die. You get an extra 9%, which isn't a huge difference maker. But you do also get a stall out, give yourself some extra rounds back. It's really smart, and now you're coming back in. That 9% there did actually mean that last down smash was out of the crouch cancel percent. So huge opportunity there now for Ice Climbers.
Yeah, it's kind of tough right now, though, to work around this platform. I like that little dash out, dash in that actually caught Poseidon. Big tilt, though. Oh, my goodness. Huge damage. And Nana, unfortunately, goes down pretty much right when Shrift needed her most. And then that forward air will do it. Poseidon going up 3-0 and moving on to Winterside Grams.
You know, there are some phrases that you see in Smash, you hear in Smash, and you don't consider how true they often are. But the 3-0 and a fist bump is a tale as old as time, and that's really what this felt like. It felt like, even on paper with the matchup just being so hard, Trip just never had an answer for the needles, for the creative explosions to find a way back on route. It just felt like everything Poseidon was doing was just steps and steps ahead.
Yeah, it really was. And that's why I kind of said when you had asked me what I thought was going to happen. I think the needles and like the confidence behind them, the intent too, like really clear like use of cutting off these lanes of approach. I was like, Poseidon has like a pretty clear game plan going into it, I think, and then implemented it very well. Right, cutting off the approach from Ice Climbers and then punishing the roll in that we see there, and had it timed pretty much correctly every time, and that was so wild. Just the sort of like pulling in hitbox of the side special connects with what was surely going to be like a jump back air punish from Triff.
Like, look at this, literally the last hit of that, right? When it matters most, you reel him in, and while it's situational, it doesn't matter how you SDI because there's a second climber to work with. You block the hit on shield too, and again, it's that electric property.
It's crazy too. You see like the frames of the aerial come out for Nana, but it's just in time for Poseidon to get the shield up. So like the Popo hit probably would have done it.
Unironically, I think we saw optimal chain usage there. That I don't think anything else would have found the stock on climbers in that situation.
Yeah, maybe just holding your shield, but
then you have to still contest with the pressure, and the first one's not, and hit's done, and gets to come back with the second hit, then find the grab because the first one's already out of landing lag. Right, they're desynced.
Surely was not.
Surely
was not the move that was supposed to come out, though. I could probably guarantee.
I mean, probably not, but it was still optimal.
Yeah, it worked out for sure. But got a bit of a return to form here for the stream over at DtN. We got Zangarang coming back, going up against Dole on the stream setup. So Dole, who has had a humorous run, a bit of a comedy of sets on stream that have just like kind of run the gamut of Super Smash Brothers, right? We've seen 3 characters now from Dole.
I think it was just the Fox and the Marth, right?
Okay, 2 characters from Dole, and then a lot of different characters.
You're right. We did see the Falcon.
Oh yeah, we said.
You're right.
Yeah.
But did we see the Falcon? Did we see the Falcon?
There's a reason I didn't remember it.
There was a Douglas J. Falcon that showed up on screen
before
his parents sent him back to his room
without supper. Get out of Pokemon